Hey there guys, my name is Mittens and welcome back to part 4 of the Vanilla WoW Warrior Let's Play on the Emerald Dream Phoenix server. We're leveling from 1 to 60, you know, that old chore. But to be honest with you, it hasn't been that bad and I've really enjoyed playing this class. I picked the right one to do a Let's Play as. Anyway, if you're wondering what's going to happen in this video, well, I predicted correctly last time when I said there would be dungeons. I've done quite a few. I've done Ragefire Chasm I think 3 times, and I haven't been playing all that too much, just really to make the Let's Play, and I've done Wailing Caverns, or at least part of it, because Wailing Caverns is notoriously long, kind of boring, and takes quite a lot of group coordination. But anyway, you'll see in the next video some of that footage. Now, in the background, what you're going to see here today is Ragefire Chasm, the first dungeon in both vanilla and present day World of Warcraft. And up until quite recently, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not really sure if it has changed much, but I know for a fact that up until recently it hadn't. It's kind of iconic because Ragefire Chasm represents, vanilla Ragefire Chasm represents a lot of the old school features of WoW. The old school features of MMOs, in fact. And that's something which I'm going to discuss quite a lot today in today's video, because we've got the time. It's a long video, you know. it's quite a long experience, to be honest. Ragefire Chasm. That's how I best describe it. But these features I'm talking about, what features are they? Well, the fact that there's no set path. Well, first of all, there is no dungeon map, so you don't just know exactly where to go like you do nowadays. It's not just a run straight through like you get even on heroics. We'll mainly on heroics today. Secondly, the bosses, as you've just seen, don't really drop a lot of gear. I mean, there was a cloak that dropped from the first boss, and it was a green cloak, not even rare. That's the sort of thing I'm talking about. There's a bit more of a challenge and a bit less of a reward, which is kind of good, kind of bad. I mean, it depends on what your take on it is, really. Given the nature of World of Warcraft, I think we all expect to get good gear from every single drop, and I think that that's kind of a mistaken belief that we have. But yeah, I'm just going to let the video play in the background, and I'm going to discuss some other things briefly that I've been thinking about lately. Over the past week or so, I've been really kind of doing a bit of research, not just into up-and-coming MMOs, because I really care about the genre, but also into the past, things like EverQuest, Ultimate Online, Archeon's Call, stuff like that, as well as playing vanilla Warcraft, just to see where it came from and what everybody talks about, because it's not just vanilla Warcraft where people say, oh, it was so good back in the day. And to be honest with you, from a lot of what I've seen, I can understand why people have that mentality, and to be honest with you, I've grown to have that mentality myself. I mean, I'm subscribed to Retail WoW at the moment, but really right now I don't want really to play it, because I think to myself, well, why am I playing it? Because the problem with WoW today is that really it's the beaten path of PvE or PvP. You can do a bit of both if you like, but you can dedicate to one or the other. There's no real need for crafting at end game. There's no real need for exploration. You've seen all the world before. There's flying mounts. You can hearth everywhere, teleport, you know, in the shrine there's teleports to every major city on both factions and to Dalaran and Shattrath, so you don't need to go anywhere. I mean, I, like a lot of people nowadays, just log on to do my raiding, and the reason why I raid isn't for those drops, which, in my opinion, I get all too often, which kind of diminishes the importance to me, but it's the social factors, and that's what makes an MMO, really, if you think about it. If you had to define the difference between an MMORPG and just a plain single-player RPG like Skyrim, you'd be talking about things such as interaction, you know, the social factors, the fun of doing a lot of things without really having a guide with your friends, you and your friends being the main part of this adventure. Whereas right now, in World of Warcraft, unlike back in the day, and I hate to use that phrase because it makes me sound so hipsterish, but unlike back in the days of Molten Core, but mainly like Onyxia's Lair, Blackwing Lair, where you would be the hero, you would go out, you would slay Onyxia, you would bring back their head, same with Nefarian, that sort of awesome situation where you felt like you were the hero. In today's WoW, you just feel like you're one of a 7 or whatever it is million people doing the same thing. And that really shouldn't be the case. You should feel like you're part of a really awesome community, but at the same time you should feel like you have an importance in it. So I guess what I'm getting at is lately I've had kind of a craving for some old school stuff. and that kind of includes old school WoW. But even this, in a sense, still has a bit of a theme park style to it, and I think that I kind of want to try something new. So to that effect, I'm kind of like announcing all of a sudden that I've gotten into the Archage beta. Now a lot of people are going to be like, oh, Archage, ooh, I've looked at that, I'm not sure if that's my thing. I think it is my thing, it'd be mixed views, but anyway, I've gotten into the beta. I'm downloading it as we speak, actually, and I'm going to give that a try. I'm going to make some videos of it because there isn't an NDA on it, and I'll give you my opinion on it, show you some gameplay, and really I'll be able to compare it to the MMOs I've played, because I've played quite a few, and I've played them for a long time, and of course I'll be able to compare it, leveling wise, to what I'm doing right now, and the kind of interacting experience, because I could say one of the big benefits of playing on Emerald Dream is that everywhere there are people. Later on in the next video you will see a clip where I group up to do a quest called the Guns of Northwatch, and it's not necessarily the hardest of quests, it's just that there's a lot of mobs around that you can aggro, and it's best to do it in a group. I was just doing the quest solo, then suddenly a group of guys came along, I said can you in, and that was us set. On the way back from doing the quest I saw 3 other people just grinding less than 100 meters away from where I started. It's just stuff like that. There are loads of people in that Emerald Dream server, and it really does feel like a social community, because you need the help, and that's what I want. I want more of a sandbox feel, I want more of a social feel. So I've downloaded the Archage beta, and I'll be playing that from the 17th to the 21st. I'll try and upload as much content as I can to give you guys a holistic view of what it's actually like. At the same time, I'm thinking of starting a Let's Play of Morrowind for some reason. I think it's kind of because I want to do this sandbox stuff that I've talked about. I want something a little bit different, you know. I want to feel like I'm kind of exploring a vast world without like a set path and stuff like that, which I feel right now. So that's one thing that I'm considering quite heavily starting, or at least doing a little bit of, whether it's like a special series for a few videos just to see how it goes or whatever. I'm not sure. It might be that nobody wants that. I mean, we'll see. To be honest with you, I really wanted to get into EverQuest. I really wanted to get onto the Project 99 EverQuest emulated server, but the simple fact is that to do that you have to have a titanium edition of EverQuest, and there just aren't any. I think there's about 3 or 4, well actually no, there's about 13 I think on Amazon in the US, not in the UK, there's none in the UK. And the ones that are in the US, the new ones sell for like $300, and the cheapest one was $86, so yeah, I mean for a private server, even one as good as Project 99, I'm not going to do that. I'd rather stay with what I've got and start the Archage beta and see how that goes. I've got big hopes for the Archage beta, but if that doesn't work, I am also really looking forward to EverQuest next. That game looks really interesting. If it pulls off what it says it's going to do, and if it's similar to its predecessors, not in terms of just constantly doing the same content like how WildStar failed because it tried to just emulate WoW too much, but if it's similar in terms of its scope and its ideas, its grand ideas. I almost think of EverQuest Next as being the same project as EverQuest, except now they can do so much more, that the sort of things that when they started making the original EverQuest they thought, nah, there's no way our machines can handle that. But we'll see. For now, it's going to be this Vanilla Warrior Let's Play and the Archage beta. But you know, this is what it's about. You know, WoW will always have this special place, and that's why I'm doing this Let's Play. But I'm also doing it because I really want to experience the high level stuff. So my interest is totally still with this, and I'm really looking forward to doing more of the Let's Play. I'd like to thank you all for the support. It's been really great in this, and I'd just like to say thank you. Subscribe if you enjoyed this video and like it, and I will see you in the next episode of this or whatever I make. Bye bye.